Hi, and I'm Helen Pollard, and welcome to my interview discussing cognitive and moral development. This is an individual presentation for Assessment 1, Teaching the Growing Child. Question 1. Who are the two of the key cognitive development theorists, and what are their main contributions to the field of cognitive development? The two main cognitive development theorists are Jean Piaget and Lev Vygotsky. They both investigated how children developed. Piaget develops his theory through a number of practical tests and observations. He proposed 4 stages of development that children sequentially move through. The first stage is from birth to 2 years, where children use their hands and mouth to make sense of the world. The second stage is the pre-operational, where the child is at its ecocentrism stage, and its perception of the world is in relation to itself. The third stage is concrete operational, aged 7 to 11 years, where the child develops principles of inclusion and understands different points of view. The last stage is the formal operation, 11 years plus, where children can problem solve with reason. Lev Vygotsky presents a very different approach based on social and cultural factors. His theory outlines that children's cognitive development is influenced by social interactions, and they have a capacity to learn from a teacher. Vygotsky called this a more knowledgeable other, MKO. Vygotsky emphasizes the role of the teacher to guide the student with the correct level of scaffolding and support. The importance of nurture over nature. He proposed 2 zones of proximal development. Level 1, what the child is able to do without help, and level 2, the potential level of development with the help of MKO. Question 2. Who are the 2 of the key moral development theorists, and what are their main contributions to the field of moral development? The 2 main moral development theorists are Lawrence Kohlberg and Albert Alban. Kohlberg presented 3 levels of development, and each level had 2 stages. The first level is pre-conventional, from birth up to the age of 9. The child is concerned with obedience and punishment and self-interest. The middle stage is conventional, which happens in early adolescence, the value of being seen as a good child, obtaining approval, and having awareness of social laws. The last stage is post-conventional. In adulthood is their understanding of individual moral rights and fairness. However, moral development theorist Albert Barnard presents a very different theory based on learnt behaviour via modelling. Children observe and imitate others around them and are influenced by their behaviour. He outlines that children are motivated to act. For example, when a child is given a reward for good behaviour, this positive reinforcement promotes good behaviour. Question 3. Why do you think it's important for teachers to have an understanding of cognitive and moral development and apply it to their teaching practice? I think it's very important for teachers to understand moral and cognitive development. This is the foundation in providing child-centred teaching practices which are inclusive and meaningful. This allows deeper understanding of the child's development and behaviour. This can inform teaching strategies to best cater for the needs of children at different stages. Understanding Piaget's theory will allow a more informed, compassionate teacher with a strong framework in providing effective teaching strategies. Question 4. Can you please provide an example of the application of cognitive development in the classroom? In your example, please specify the grade to which your example applies. According to Piaget, in the concrete operational stage that happens between the ages 7 and 11, children develop the ability to logically think and problem solve. Therefore, in grade 3, it is a good stage to introduce concepts and ideas to develop this. For example, in grade 3, students start to learn civics and citizenship. This explores environmental issues and ideas of making democratic decisions, problem-solving situations, discussing other people's opinions to scenarios. Therefore, in grade 3, podological practices that support problem solving, challenging students' way of thinking, considering responsibilities, environmental issues, and becoming an active citizen would be appropriate. Question 5. Can you please provide an example of the application of moral development in the classroom? According to Kohlberg's moral development theory, at the pre-conceptual level, children are at an ecocentrical stage, and their moral judgment is based directly on consequences. At a foundation level, children are developing what is right and wrong. Therefore, pedagogy practices that support the teaching of good behaviour and morals are very important. For example, reading stories that help children to think about their own moral beliefs. The storybook, The Way I Act by Steve Metzger, presents characters with traits of bravery and compassion. Thank you.